Hello everybody, hope you all are doing good out there. In this video we're going to be taking a look at a very unique knife. When it comes to handle materials, there's lots of preferences and favorites out there. Some people absolutely love the classic brown Delrin, or maybe even more classic yellow smooth Delrin with the carbon steel blade. That's one of my favorites. I like them a lot. Some people absolutely love stag. I don't have a whole lot of stag knives, but that's the one I do have. Other people like as simple as you can get and like something like this. Plain, smooth, black, synthetic Sodbuster Jr. And that right there is certainly an excellent knife. That's one of my favorites. Then we have the more kind of unique materials. We got something like, this is the same material as this, but it's the Case's gum fuddy material. Practical and historical. Or even some wooden handles out there. There's some mighty pretty maple handles out there and walnut handles on Case knives. The most popular would probably be bone from Case. Case has specialized in making the most beautiful bone, I think, in the whole wide world. Can't go wrong with jigged bone from Case. Or a newer material, like Case's Kieranite, comes in all kinds of different colors and patterns and so on. Absolutely beautiful material, and it's really neat. But one of my favorites will always be mother of pearl. Now, mother of pearl would fall into the category of natural materials, right beside wood, bone, stag, and such. And that is to contrast the natural materials with your more synthetic materials like Kieranite, Delrin, and such as that. But when it comes to natural materials, we know that they can be more beautiful because they're natural. They haven't been messed with as much. At the same time, they can be more rare and they can be harder to get. Take stag for an example. Stag knives are expensive. You know, you can get a bone peanut for like $50. $50-$60 we'll say, if you're paying normal price. You can get a synthetic peanut for $40 to $50. Stag peanut's going to be $100. I mean, the price really shoots up. Now, it's a beautiful handle material, but it's harder to get, and there's different bans and rules and laws for collecting it, and because of that, being a natural material, it's more expensive. And I know some people who absolutely love stag. To them, it's the fanciest, the best, the prettiest, the top-notch a knife can possibly get is to have a stag handle. That's not true for me. For me, that would be a mother of pearl handle. I do not believe that there is a way to make a knife look more classy or more clean than it is to do mother of pearl. This used to be really, really popular back in the older days, but these days you don't see many new knives being made in mother of pearl, and because it's a natural material, there's a lot of variation in it. And if you find a knife with really pretty mother of pearl with lots of coloration, designs, and character in it, that knife's going to be worth a whole lot of money compared to one that may not have a very pretty handle at all. And so when you look at a mother of pearl knife, you really got to examine that handle. Because mother of pearl is expensive, there's been lots of imitations over the years. Case has a Coralon imitation, which is easy to spot as being an imitation. And they also had an older imitation that was marked on the handle by the number 9. One way to know if it's real mother of pearl or not is you're going to see a light blue and a light green and a pink purple sheen come out through the knife when you look at it in the light. The camera does not show this properly, and so I have no way to show it to you. But nevertheless, you'll be able to know if it's real mother of pearl after you mess with it a bit. But it's absolutely a beautiful handle material, and it's one that when I find a knife with it, if I can get it for the right price, I really like to get it just because they're so neat. But let's take a look at this particular knife, and then I'm going to, after we look at the pattern and talk about the knife, I'm going to talk about a story of how I got it. So this particular knife is a 1996 Case Eisenhower. Now the Eisenhower is what you call a pen knife. You got 2 blades, one opening on each end of the knife. And it's also what some would call a senator. And I believe that's because of the rounded bolsters on each end. And the overall shape looks like a cigar, kind of. On this one, as you can see, you got your brass liner, stainless steel back spring in there. Brass pins going through the mother of pearl. Some of Case's mother and pearl knives do not have the pins going through it, but it's glued on in one way or another. I've got a toothpick with nickel silver pins in it instead of brass, and it also has nickel silver liners instead of brass. And some of them also have the case shield on it, but most of Case's mother and pearls that I've seen didn't have the case shield right on the mother of pearl itself, because it kind of hides a little bit of the beauty and such as that. But nevertheless, your main blade on the Eisenhower is going to be this spear point blade. Looks like a big pin blade. Like I said, I did a lot of cleaning up on this knife. I'll tell you the story of where I got it from here in a little bit, but that's the blade. It has no half stops. It's just smooth, open, and close. Take a look at the tang stamp here. If you can see them dots, you'll see there's 4 of them down there. That makes this knife a 1996. And it's a beautiful knife. Now, your secondary blade is going to be a little small pin blade, as you can see. It's basically the same shape as the main blade, just a whole lot smaller. As you can see, the blades really haven't been used at all. Here we can see the pattern number, 08263. And if you're looking for a mother of pearl knife with real mother of pearl and not imitation, you got to look for that 8. 8 is what Case uses for mother of pearl. And of course, it's 2-bladed knife, so we got a 2. Then being an Eisenhower, it's a 63 pattern here. This one is in stainless, as most, if not all, of Case's pearl knives have been. Like I said, being a pin knife, the blades open up opposite of each other just like that. Now let's do a quick knife comparison here with some other popular Case models. I'm going to be comparing all these with the main blade out. Here is the 54 pattern Trapper, the 18 pattern Stockman, the 087 Jackknife, the 37 pattern Sodbuster Jr., the tiny toothpick, the 0096, the 39 pattern Sowbelly Stockman. Here is the 131 Canoe on top, and the 132 Butterbean on the bottom. Here we have the 75 pattern Stockman on the top, and the 07 pattern Mini Trapper on the bottom. Here we have a full-size 38 pattern Case Sodbuster. And here's an 048 Slimline Trapper. Here is a Zippo Slim, a Queen 4-inch single-bladed Barlow, a Lamy Safari fountain pen, the Leatherman Bond multi-tool, the Leatherman Surge multi-tool, and way too many Case peanuts. So now I'm going to move on to the story of how I got this particular knife. So, I've got a really good friend of mine that I do some trades with from time to time. And anyways, I had a particular mini copper lock that I had traded him for in the past. I did a lot of cleanup on it, restoration. Got it looking really nice. and so on. And he had decided that he wanted to trade it back. I told him that I was ready to trade it back if he wanted it back, and he said he did. So we were thinking about what to trade. Anyways, I found he had this in his collection. He was willing to trade this. And now this Eisenhower here had quite a bit of corrosion on it. Not rust though. Maybe corrosion isn't the right word. Maybe canker is a better word. So it took me a little while to get it cleaned up and get it looking real good like it does now. And like I say, the camera just does a poor job picking up how beautiful the pearl really is. But nevertheless, so I traded him that copper lock, the mini copper lock. It was a denim bone mini copper lock. I've got some videos of it on the YouTube channel here. But I traded him that one, and I also traded him another one just because I wanted the trade to be pretty equal. So I traded him another full-size copper lock that I had an American flag badge on it, and that made the overall trade to be equal value-wise. And he was happy, and I was happy, and that's the most important thing in a trade, is to make sure that both people are happy. So let's take a quick look at some of the mother of pearl knives I have in the collection. Now, as I've said before, mother of pearl knives, in my opinion, are the nicest knives when it comes to elegance or cost or value or beauty or whatever it is. They are the nicest, in my opinion. I like them better than stag and such. Everybody's got their own preferences and opinions, and I know some people don't like mother of pearl a lot, but I really like it. And so if I find one that I can trade for, or if I find one that is a price that I'm willing to pay for it, I'll usually try to pick that knife up. But yeah, this right here is the Eisenhower. This is the latest mother of pearl knife that I have picked up, and it's so hard to get a perfect picture with the camera. This right here is an 087 pin knife. Same frame as the Stockman and as the jackknife out there, but this one, as you can see, is the pin knife version, and it has the mother of pearl handles on it. This one's a 95, if I remember right. Next up, we have this mini copperhead. This is a really beautiful knife. And the pearl's different on every one of these. And the camera, it always looks twice as good in person as it does on the camera. You just cannot get a good, accurate representation. This one has like a scale to it. Like a fish scale. Can you all see that? It's really pretty. If I remember right, this one's a 96. That's one thing about these, this particular tang stamp. The dots are almost impossible for me to see. It's either a 95 or a 96. I'd have to get my magnifying glass to tell y'all for sure, but that right there is the mini copperhead. I also traded for that one. Now, these next ones are kind of interesting. This one right here is the only mother of pearl knife I have that has a badge on it, and that's common now. If you see a newer one, usually they're going to have some sort of a badge, but this one has really pretty mother of pearl. It looked really, really rough when I got it. It was extremely cankered and just had no shine, no sheen, no coloration to it. It did not look good at all. And as you can see, somebody's used this little knife a lot, and they've kind of whittled down that blade. And so I ended up getting this knife for like 30 bucks, which was a good buy. I mean, the blade's a little whittled down. I could send it off to Case and have another blade put in it. I might do that someday. And like I said, the handle's not perfect, but it's kind of rare to see a mother of pearl knife that's been used so much. Normally people collect them and don't use them, but this one's actually been used and loved. And you'll notice this one has nickel silver bolsters, nickel silver pins, nickel silver back springs, and I believe that's a nickel silver shield. Whereas these others here that we just finished looking at, like our Eisenhower, you got brass liners, brass pins, nickel silver bolsters. So there is a little bit of variation there that I find kind of interesting. Now, these three would be in the same kind of era. This one would be in its own kind of era, and then I got two more here. The first one here is one that I took a gamble on. It was on eBay, very bad pictures, very hard to tell the condition of the knife itself. And you just could not make it out good. And I took a chance on it. It was a bookseller selling it, and I got this one for like 40 bucks. This is known as a sleeve board. That's what this particular knife is called. And you can see this mother of pearl has no pins through it. And to me that makes it even more beautiful. Look at that handle. Look how deep it is. Again, nickel silver bolsters. I mean nickel silver liners and bolsters, I do believe. This one's a little more muted on the back, but it's still pretty. But the front is just absolutely gorgeous. And this is a sleeve barred 079 pattern. A really, really nice knife. And then the last one we're going to look at here is the last mother of pearl knife I have. The last mother of pearl case knife I have, I better qualify, because I do have one other that's not a case. Now this is a little 01 pattern Senator, and it's in the same line as this one right here is. It doesn't have any of the pins in it, you know, in nickel silver liners. But this is absolutely beautiful again. All kinds of designs, shapes, and coloration in the pearl. And like I say, the camera just absolutely does not do this justice. So what do y'all think of this Eisenhower? What do you think of mother and pearl knives? What's your favorite series of these three here? Y'all, have a good day. Thank you for watching, and keep your knives sharp.